Kalaskis, Program Director with the Student PIRGs, and I want to invite you to apply to become an intern with the Student PIRGs on campus. Instead of just telling you about it myself, I called up a few of our interns that worked with us on campaigns last year and asked them to tell you about why it was so great.
My name is Heather Gould.
My name is Evan Molson.
My name is Crystal Soyamimo.
My name is Lori Morgan.
Hi, my name's Nick Germer.
I go to the University of Houston. I first learned about the Student PIRGs back in my first year at U of H. I noticed that they worked on some issue-based campaigns.
I wanted to actually make an impact on the community and learn something and do something.
I did canvassing for 2 summers in the Boston office, and between that, I realized, okay, well, I've got this school year that I want to do something with.
The internship program actually gives you work experience. You're actually doing stuff.
Maybe 2 weeks after I signed on as an intern, we threw this giant press conference about fracking. There was like 3 or 4 news sources there just like filming it.
The student aid campaign was about federal cuts to student financial aid. I was organizing on campus, getting just educating people about what's going on and getting them to sign the petition and collecting petitions from people, and then also building coalitions with other student organizations on campus. I decided to start working with SGA and decided to give a speech at the SGA Senate meeting and to tell them about all the senators, the SGA senators, about the campaign and to get them on board with the campaign.
This past school year, I was an intern on the expanded bottle bill campaign. We're working to take the issue directly to the people and put it on the ballot in November. Now, in order to do that, you need a lot of people to sign petitions. We've got to get 100,000 signatures in 2 months. I would come into the office, make some phone calls, try and talk to Math PIRG volunteers all over the state, getting them to go out and collect signatures. We ended up, at the end of November, collecting 130,000 signatures.
The idea behind the New Voters Project is that a majority of people that are eligible to vote in the United States don't vote, and a lot of those people who are eligible and don't vote are college students. We know we have the midterm elections this year. The voter registration deadline is like 2 weeks after we get back to school. We have to really hit the ground running with voter reg. There are certain events before school actually starts for the incoming freshmen, so we'll be present at those events, registering students to vote, also gaining volunteers who want to help us register people to vote. And then we have approval here to register people to vote in the dorms, so just knocking door to door in all of the dorms on campus really registers a lot of freshmen to vote. You can just call them, tell them, remind them to vote, so it just made voting a whole lot easier. In California, last year we registered 40,000 students to vote, and UC Santa Barbara actually holds the record in the nation for the most students registered to vote, which we had 11,000 students registered here on campus last year.
In North Carolina, it's a law that you have to present an ID when you go to vote at the polls. College students can't use their student ID. We're basically trying to get student IDs to be an acceptable form of identification in the 2016 election. So we're reaching out to state representatives and state senators, try to lobby them on the idea of possibly amending the bill to making student IDs an acceptable form of identification. One of the really cool things that we did is that we met with the Secretary of State, Elaine Marshall. She's been in office since '97. She is a power player in the game of politics. She is someone that a lot of people look to. So it was really important for us to meet with her, and a kind of a big deal. I was really excited to meet her. She actually endorsed our project, the New Voters Project.
The fact that the internship program makes you kind of go out there and get to know people and get involved with other organizations and start things on campus, and you're pretty much just building these amazing leadership skills I didn't know that I was even capable of.
Being down in the grassroots and really learning how to connect with a lot of people and inspire people about an issue.
I really have to give credit to my experience in the internship program, because after hours and hours of tabling, after hours and hours of lobby meetings and doing campus relation meetings and talking to teachers and students and faculty. And really, it gives you empathy skills so you can kind of understand people and talk to people, understand where they're coming from. It gives you the skills to manage conflict when that happens. And the biggest skill I think that it gives you is it gives you the confidence and the competency to articulate things that you need and to defend things that you want. And all of those come together, and I really think build people that are tremendous leaders in our society and will take on even more to improve it.